Welcome to EYe Education. I'm your host, Ed Lecius, and we have another interesting program for you here today. Changing lives through music in group settings with a scholarship for every student and an upbeat instrument in their hands. Upbeat New Hampshire. Who are they? What are they? Well, we have the director of Upbeat New Hampshire, Nancy Goodwin, and the assistant director, Kim Plummer, with us here today. Ladies, welcome to EYe Education.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
It's great to know about you because I will be honest, until I prepared for the show today, I had not heard about you, but you've been around for a while.
10 years.
10 years. Yeah. And Nancy, how did it start?
Well, 10 years ago, we started a pilot program. We thought we would just see what the interest was. 12 students at Birch Hill Elementary, 12 students at Amherst Street. And it was, everyone loved it. There were 30 signups for only 12 spots. We finished the year out with a concert, and the following year decided, well, we'll do it again. And we needed to raise money. We got a grant, added another school, and 10 years later, here we are at 7 elementary schools, middle school, high school. There's a youth orchestra, there's string ensembles, and it just keeps growing.
You talk about an instrument in every kid's hand and a scholarship for every kid.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, the instruments we kind of accumulated each year. We'd buy 10, maybe 15 through grants, or people donate a violin that's in their attic that they haven't used. The lessons are all taught by professional teachers and freelance violinists, and we also raise money for that. So the scholarship is full scholarship. They receive the instrument for free for the year. They can take it home, they can practice at home, they return it at the end of the year, and they only pay if they're in Title I schools or on a reduced lunch program. They only pay a registration fee of $30 this year, $30, and they receive 30 weekly lessons for 30 minutes. They're semi-private, and the instrument. We raise money for it.
Do you get any funding from the city or the state?
We get some, yes, the New Hampshire State Council on the Arts, New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, the Nashua Arts Commission, the Nashua Education Foundation. There's quite a few, pretty long list. A few other foundations like Diodario and King's Daughters, to name a few. Occasionally Rotary clubs will donate money. And all told, it seems to work. Each year we're able to get a few more instruments, a few more students, a few more lessons until we've grown to, we have about 150, 160 students now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, you play with Symphony New Hampshire.
Yep.
In your spare time.
Well, I've played with them for 30 years. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
Kim, how did you get involved in this as the assistant director?
So I actually met Nancy playing at a gig for Symphony New Hampshire. Yep. And at the time I had 4 very young children living at home, and she told me about the program. We met for lunch, and I thought it was all wonderful, but I was not yet sleeping through the night. And so I said, please keep me in mind for the future. This season I'm not ready yet. And then she approached me about a year later, and I felt like post-COVID, I felt like, okay, I think I'm ready to really launch kind of my second part of my life after raising my kids at home. And I have been playing the violin since I was 3. I was involved in youth orchestras in Boston growing up. And I've always felt that there are gaps in string education, especially in a lot of New Hampshire. And so to see what Nancy was bringing to, hundreds of kids that have gone through this program, probably I wonder if you're approaching
10
1,000.
years, 10 years later, it is approaching 1,000.
Yeah. So I was just thrilled that we had made the connection through music.
Yes.
And that now
Yeah.
I've learned so much from her, and I'm just very thankful to be a part of something that I think is doing so much good.
And string instruments aren't the easiest in the world to learn, are they?
They are not.
Well, and there isn't a string program in the school district. And that's kind of why that started 10 years ago. And so there are students that are more inclined to play a string instrument other than maybe sports or a wind instrument. And we find that's really definitely true. But we are also an unusual program is that it's not just about lessons. It's also about helping children grow up, helping children learn how to work together and how to be respectful to one another. We are an Elsa Stemmer group, and their mission is for social change through music education. And we see it is so true because after they spend about a year, in their first year, we invite them into a bigger ensemble. And then when they get more advanced, into the youth orchestra. And that brings all the neighborhood elementary schools that are participating together. And as you know, there's a lot of different ethnic groups within Nashua coming together. Music is a universal language, and it speaks to the heart. It has emotions that range from fear to love to happiness to sadness, which is everyone has. So when these kids are playing together and they're working together, it doesn't matter what neighborhood you're from. And so they learn that you get great success when you work together. And that carries after they graduate, into the world around them, that regardless of your economic status or the neighborhood you are from, that working together is such an important skill to have.
It is, and the diversity of Nashua, for those of us who have been here for a while, it's kind of changed. We've gone full circle from what you and I maybe grew up with to a whole new world of ethnicity, bringing new culture and new ideas and new customs into the city, which is great. And here's an opportunity, I'm guessing, for the youngsters to start learning a little bit about those in a different setting, not in school, but learning to play an instrument.
So they're learning all kinds of things, not just, and plus music is also, it's good for the brain. Like when you learn violin, one part of your brain is looking at symbols on a page and translating it to what this hand has to do, and then also what this hand has to do, all in a certain time period. It's sometimes very rapid. That's a lot of pieces in your brain being engaged, and it's many studies have shown that it really improves cognitive development in the brain.
What do the kids think about this? We're going to show you a clip now of a couple of the students talking about the program.
Hi, this is Carol Marie from Upbeat New Hampshire, and I'm here with
Octavius Branson.
Caitlin Fry. And we have been talking about what it is like to be in Upbeat New Hampshire. And I was hoping that all of you could tell me a little bit, how long have you been playing? What are a couple of the challenges, and what are the takeaways? What are the best things about being in Upbeat? Sure, let's go from left to right.
And yes. So I started playing when I was in 3rd grade, but I joined Upbeat when I was in 6th grade, and it's been 5 years, almost 6, and I really enjoy the community here. It gives me the opportunity to play the violin, and our schools are kind of lacking, especially on the high school level. Our district doesn't really have a string program, so it's really nice that Ms. Goodwin is trying to integrate it into our school district, because I feel like you learn a lot, like multitasking and time management when you're playing the violin. A few of my struggles when it comes to playing the violin is time management. Since I'm taking really academically challenging classes, it's sometimes hard to find time to practice. I mean, I'm kind of guilty of sometimes skipping practices a lot and coming on time unprepared, but we don't talk about that. So no one needs to know. He's always slow. It's that they don't know. But one thing that really balance helped me understand is that one, I have to be patient with myself, empathetic towards myself and others. And I have to just like go with the flow. Like some days you can't practice because you're not in the mindset or you just don't have time. But then you can always tell another day. It's like, just like slowly eat at it. And then what's the other question?
That was really good. Let me ask Octavius to talk, and then we'll go back to the other question after. Okay. You can give some of your intro.
The Rowan said, I am in ninth grade. I've been with Sinfonetta since I was fifth grade, so 4 years going on 5. I play the viola. I think, I don't know what to say for it.
Let's make it the camera in your face, you loser.
I'm already thinking about how I'm going to answer the questions as you're talking. I'm like, wait.
Well, anyway, what is it? What have you learned? How important is it in your life?
Sinfonetta is a big part of my life. As Oshia said, it has definitely brought string music to the district where it was not there before. I know that without Sinfonetta, or Upbeat as it's now called, I would not be playing the viola because I literally had no outlet to music. I love music. I'm a musical person, but unless it's a situation where the music is offered by some type of organization or group I'm in, I don't necessarily go towards that. So when Sinfonetta came to my school, I was all in. They ran out of violins, which was the best mistake they could have made because now I'm playing the viola and I love it and I'm not going back. So that's definitely been an awesome thing. And being able, after COVID hit and we were all locked in our houses, going insane, losing our minds, being able to come back here and have meetings where we can play together has definitely been something that helps me to be like, this is one of the few social things I'm able to do during the week. Most of the time, even though COVID is not as big as it was before, I'm still basically locked in my house. So the only times I get out is church and Sinfonetta, and that's something that I love. I'm able to come here and I'm able to play my viola to my heart's content and be able to play music that I love and be able to interact with other people. Sinfonetta has definitely taught me how to manage my time with a method that most people would call using the dope to it. Showing me not ways to manage my time. As Ashia said, there are things we do not speak about, which I'm not repeating, so you forget. But it's definitely taught me how to not just play music, but to be better as a person, as it's shown me how to practice for things that I really want, to put my effort into things that I really, really want, and to allow myself to be exposed to new things and not shy away from that. Change is always going to happen. Sinfonetta has really helped me to accept change for what it is, deal with it, and not deal with it as another week with new struggles. No, it's awesome. We have another week to live. We got another week to do new things, to experience new emotions, to be able to step out into new things.
Awesome. Caitlin, do you want to add to Oshia?
Sure. I'm Caitlin Fry. I've been playing the viola since 3rd grade. I'm now I'm considering on what grade I'm in. I'm now, which is 10th grade. Yeah. And I want to speak to what an important role music, and especially Upbeat, has in my life, because it's just music is, and there's a quote TV said earlier, is that music is like the universal language that we all speak. And it's like, even no matter what genre it is or what genre you listen to, if you like classical music like we play here, or if you're like me and in your free time you also enjoy like hardcore angry music, like early punk rock or whatever, then all of that speaks to us on some basic universal need that we all need music in our lives. And I need Upbeat New Hampshire in my life. It's a very important part of my identity. I don't know what I would do without it.
Well, I'm so glad you guys are all have been in Upbeat New Hampshire and are able to mentor younger musicians who are coming up. I just want to add one thing before we go. Someone talked about motivational Mondays, or how did you describe Monday? Because you meet on Mondays to rehearse.
On Mondays, and something that everyone always says when we're talking about weeks, it always goes from Saturday of the weekend, yeah, Sunday, oh man, Monday's tomorrow, and then just Monday, oh man, now we start school or work or whatever, and it always is like this downward spiral. But when we meet on Mondays, at the beginning of the week, we have a time to come out here and come together and be inspired to go through the week. Although I will be the first to admit that by Friday I am pooped and I want to go to sleep on Saturday. I don't even want to play. I just want to go to sleep. But being able, instead of me coming into the week like, oh man, it's another week that I have to do this, that, and the fourth, I'm like, oh yeah, I can come to viola, I can play to my heart's content, I can play my music, and I can play with other people. That makes it sound so much better. And Tuesday I can play more, and Wednesday I'll play more. And it's definitely, having this on Mondays has definitely impacted my life in the way of making me more excited to go into every week.
So it gives you something bright at the beginning of the week that no matter what happens on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, at least I have something good to start off with as teacher and ride that out for the rest of the week if I need to.
Starting is always the best. If you start, I used to do cross country. If you start wrong, then every season it's just worlds apart. You got to start right, and Monday, Sinfonetta Strings, that's starting right.
Well, I'm glad we're here on Monday, and I look forward to your concert next Monday. Shia, Octavius, and Caitlin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Very interesting. And the Monday thing, what was that all about?
Motivational Monday.
Yeah.
So I remember Octavius speaking about that, and the other students all agreeing that come Sunday and the week is about to start, they're thinking, okay, school tomorrow, I have to get ready, but oh, we have orchestra. And so I'm ready to go now. I'm really looking forward to going to school and going to orchestra after school, and it starts their week on a very upbeat note and a very happy feeling, and it inspires them. So they said it makes their whole week feel better.
And I can remember, as an elementary school student, that they did have music programs in the school where they taught instrument. The late Steve Norris was among those who I gave a lot of gray hairs to, trying to teach me how to play the drum. But I can remember him coming to Mount Pleasant and going around to the elementary schools as part of his teaching to put together a youth orchestra of sorts. But this is even, I think, more intensive, given the nature of the instruments that are being done. And logistically, Kim, I'm guessing that all kind of falls into your bailiwick, and to make sure everything is in place?
Yes, it is a giant puzzle to put together. The start of the year is always a flurry of activity. We actually join the instrument demonstrations at each elementary school that we offer upbeat programming in. So we're going and we're showing the students, this is a violin, this is a viola, this is a cello. After that, the kids will then register. We have always had more students register than we have spots for in the program, so we do our best really trying to fit everyone into every possible window of time that we have available. It's a juggling act, but it's so fun to see when things really start to take off. I'd say in about October, our program really gets running for the year. And those first rehearsals, seeing the kids get their instruments for the first time, it is worth all of the Excel spreadsheets and
Yes.
all of that for sure.
It's their face. I wish I could capture it on camera sometime when they first open up the instrument and there's this violin, and it's like, whoa, I can play this.
How many teachers do you have working in the
There are
program?
8 teachers, yeah.
And would you say 7 schools, the middle schools and the
7
high school?
schools, and a cello teacher teaches on a separate site at
Okay.
the high school, so they don't go to the elementary schools, because we pretty much do 12 violin, 3 viola, and 3 cello at each school. so we can't send a cello teacher just to one school,
Right.
so they all come. And we have a conductor that we just hired this year, Elias Miller, who comes from Boston, who has an incredible background as a conductor, and he's conducting the youth orchestra. So yeah, there's quite a lot of experienced teachers.
So this is the real deal. This just isn't teaching them how to play, but they've got a top-notch first-class conductor,
Yes,
and you do concerts.
yes, yeah,
Now, you did one in February
yeah.
with both of the groups or just the strings?
With our younger ensemble is called Vivaldi Ensemble, and our next, the more advanced group is the Upbeat Youth Orchestra.
Well, let's take a look at the Vivaldi Ensemble performing now. Amazing. Those are elementary students and some high school and middle school students.
Yeah.
Wow. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you know of any of the kids that have gone through the 1,000 or so? Have they gone on to continue to play professionally, or?
We have one pretty special story of someone who started in third grade, continued through, high school, and is actually now working with us as an intern this year. So he went from being, the little third grader with the little violin to the full-size violin, and now teaching a new generation of people that used to be in his seat. So
Yeah,
That's amazing. It's got to be rewarding, too.
it's wonderful to see them come back and help and want this program to succeed. They have great things to say about it.
We have several college students who continue to play through college, and they'll come back and also volunteer and just give back to the program.
So, and a lot of them are like learning how to teach in the process and how to become a violin teacher or an orchestra conductor. So it keeps on going.
You also do a summer school
A summer week.
or summer week. Okay.
Yeah. And that's, you might want to talk about that?
What does that involve?
Yeah, so
Kim?
that is a week-long summer camp that's at Nashua North. Same structure with the scholarships. So I'd say about 65% of the kids that come to camp pay just that $30 registration fee, and it's a wonderful week. They have semi-private lessons, theory classes, the youth orchestra rehearsals. We have ensembles that will rehearse, and then at the end of the week it culminates in a performance on that Friday at the end of camp. So it's just fun. It's so fun to have them 5 consecutive days, because usually there's a week between the rehearsals. So to see the growth that happens just from Monday to Friday in that one week is really, really fun. It's a really good time for everyone.
And how many students are in that
It's
program?
about 40.
Yeah. Yep.
It's about 40.
And ranging in age again, so third grade through 12th grade.
It's amazing what you guys have been doing, and yet you're kind of like the best kept secret here in
We
town.
realize we're
Hopefully not for long.
busy working. So
And you're the staff, pretty much, other than the teachers.
the administrative staff
Yeah.
is sitting right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole administrative staff.
Yeah.
So you shut the lights off when everybody's done. Pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes literally, right?
Actually.
And of course, you have a passion for this. You've been involved, as we said, with the New Hampshire Symphony New Hampshire, and a number of other groups in the city. Possibility down the road to have a performance at the new Performing Arts Center? Is that in the?
We wouldn't turn it
In the
down.
future?
Yeah. You know, we would be happy to. Love to see. I haven't seen it yet on the inside, but I'm sure it looks beautiful in the pictures. And we haven't been approached and hasn't opened yet, so.
Yeah, they're still doing the scheduling and stuff, and I
Yeah.
know they are looking for local groups as well
Oh.
as some front lines. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe
Yeah, we would
We
love
would
to.
love that.
Yeah.
that'll really get you
That would
on
be
Main
fun.
Street.
Yeah.
Yes, wouldn't it? Yeah.
How can our viewers who are watching today, how can they help?
Well, they could text string 4144. What is it?
Text strings to 41444.
Thank you.
That's the way that you can donate to our
Online
program.
donations.
All of those donations will go to fund these hundreds of scholarships that we give out every year. That's
Liter-
always really helpful. Come to our concerts.
And donate a violin if you have one in your closet that you're not using, any size. We make use of 1/8 size, quarter, half, 3/4, full size, or violas or cellos. Always could use an instrument.
Yep.
And volunteers, you know, sometimes it's helpful to have, we'd like to start a pizza table during our rehearsals. We used to do that before COVID, but of course we had to stop all that. And we always could use volunteers for concerts and that kind of thing.
Says once a year you hold an honors recital.
Yes.
What's that?
You have to play for us, and they usually play a solo, and we usually get about maybe 9, 10 kids playing a solo where they have really brought it to performance level. So it really motivates them to work a little extra harder. And we also take pieces that, like the orchestra has done, and have them play at the end. So it's just it's a nice way where students can show what they've done if they've worked a little harder than usual. And it's very motivating for them.
You have a couple of concerts a year?
More than a couple. Let's
Oh.
see.
I know there's a winter.
Yep.
And
So
you
we
get a couple
do a
coming up in
winter concert.
May.
We have a couple coming up in May, May 8th and May 22nd. You can also see us at the Beaverbrook Fall Festival. We bring a group to perform there, perform at the Holiday Stroll in Nashua, the honor recital, and I mean, you never know where you will see Upbeat. We're hoping to perform actually at some of the pop-up pantries this summer, just to provide a little bit of extra joy to those settings. So, yeah, we are
So May 8th.
May 8th, May
There's-
22nd.
is in the String Festival. You
Yes.
Can you tell about the String Festival?
Sure. So on May 8th, that's our annual string festival. This is a really unique performance opportunity because we actually have all of the kids in the entirety of Upbeat New Hampshire come and perform together. So all of the kids from the 7 different elementary schools, our ensembles, our beginner ensembles, and our youth orchestra will all take the stage. It is a very full stage, and they all, to end the night, will perform Ode to Joy together. And it's really just a beautiful way to show not only the diversity of our program and having all of these kids up on stage together, but to have them all playing one piece in complete unity, just breaking down any other barriers that there may be, to know that we can all come together and make beautiful music.
Well, and the really exciting thing is that we are putting on, the younger ensemble, the Vivaldi Ensemble, is putting on a musical play called Aunt Rhodey's Appetite. And so we have 3 young actors and a narrator who will be Mayor Donches, both on May 8th and on May 22nd. So we're really so pleased that he'll be able to do that.
And both of those events are at Nashua High School North
Yes, at
from
6:30.
6:30 to 7:30.
Yes.
And is there any admission fee or?
No, we just, a optional voluntary donation of $10 would be really appreciated, but it's optional. We know many families that may not be able to donate $10, so. but
Well,
yeah.
it's been great learning about you, and hopefully now we have opened the eyes of Nashua to what has been going on for over 10 years,
Yes,
quietly, but yet making good music, making happy music,
well,
and educating youngsters on the value of learning to play an instrument, in particular a string instrument,
Yeah.
in their lifetime.
it's been very rewarding.
Well, Nancy Goodwin, Director of Upbeat New Hampshire, and Kim Plummer, Assistant Director, want to thank you, and want to thank you for watching Eye on Education. And we're going to end on an upbeat. We're going to play a highlight from their past winter concert. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.